Speaking at the Federal Reserve Board's International Roles of the U.S. Dollar Research Conference in Washington, D.C. on June 17th last Friday, U.S. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell hinted the dollar's role as the world's reserve currency in the post-Second World War era is coming to an end, and the U.S. Central Bank digital currency, CBDC, is being examined to help the U.S. dollar's international standing. With the increasing inflation and economic crisis, do you think the introduction of the U.S. CBDC will be able to save the U.S. dollar's international status?
First off, let me break that into two pieces. I think that all of these central authorities, whether it's the Chinese Communist Party or the U.S. government, they look at the development and promulgation of these alternative currencies, right? Particularly digital based on blockchain, as a central threat to their very existence. This is why China led first to get rid of all the coins whatsoever and just have a coin that comes from the central, issued from the central bank, and to outlaw Bitcoin and all of it. The Federal Reserve, I think, looks at it, and the U.S. government looks at the exact same thing, and it's their actions that are exacerbating the destruction of the dollar. Although the dollar is getting stronger because of with the world crisis, people want to hold dollars. I think holdings throughout the world are down 22%. It's the actions of the Federal Reserve, which is, I think, devalued the dollar, a rolling devaluation of 10% in the last couple of years since the pandemic started. So you're having a devaluation. Their actions are devaluing the currency that you hold. As long as their actions, to me, continue to just crush the dollar and make it almost impossible for people to depend upon the dollar as a prime reserve currency, because you can't depend on, you're getting to a point you're not going to be able to depend upon it as a means of exchange that's not constantly devalued all the time. I don't think a digital currency by the Federal Reserve is going to solve that. Look, the Biden's government weaponized the dollar like it's never been weaponized before against the Russian state. Not the oligarchs, the Russian state. They tried to take down the central bank of Russia. They tried to destroy the ruble. They swept all the reserves of the Russian government. So these guys were basically break. And what happened is that they didn't understand the second and third order magnitude of this situation with resources, where China stepped in and says, we'll buy all your oil and natural gas and your wheat too, which now the ruble's at an all-time high. What the Chinese Communist Party try to do, and others, the Gulf Emirates, the Persians, they're trying to put together baskets of currencies that can compete with the dollar. Now, here's the bad news for everybody. All the governments are so leveraged up and have so mismanaged their own economies. The dollar right now is the strongest it's been against all the other fiat currency, but it's the world's tallest midget.